Have you ever looked at your skin in the morning and felt like your own body was staging a stubborn protest against you? Does it feel like no matter how many expensive lotions or prescriptions you try, that burning, itchy redness just refuses to pack its bags and leave? Perhaps you have noticed that your joints feel a bit stiffer on the days your skin looks its worst, making it a struggle just to get through your morning walk or play with your grandchildren. It is a frustrating cycle, is it not? You might have been told that this is just a part of getting older, or that it is simply the way your genetics decided to play out. But what if the real culprit was hiding in plain sight, right there on your dinner plate? It might not just be aging. There could be a specific daily habit or a common food causing your discomfort, one that almost everyone thinks is perfectly harmless. In this video, we are going to peel back the curtain on the hidden connection between what you eat and how your skin behaves. Psoriasis is not just a skin condition. It is a signal from your internal systems that the fires of inflammation are burning a bit too bright. We are going to uncover the top eating habits and foods that may be secretly fueling that fire, and more importantly, I am going to show you exactly what you can do instead to soothe your system and regain your comfort. By the time we are finished today, you will have a clear roadmap to help reduce that redness, calm the itch, and boost your overall energy. It is not too late to make a change, and growing older does not mean giving up. It simply means using smarter strategies to care for the body that has carried you this far. Before we jump into our list, if you care about staying healthy and independent in your golden years, consider subscribing to our channel and turning on those notifications. We share the kind of senior health tips that doctors often overlook in a busy appointment. And let me ask you something. Are you watching from the United States, the UK, Canada, or somewhere else? Drop a comment below with where you are from. I am always curious to see how far our senior health community reaches, and it helps us feel a little more connected in this journey together. Let us start with a habit that is very common but can be quite devastating for someone dealing with psoriasis, and that is the frequent consumption of ultra-processed sugars. I am talking about the obvious things like those mid-afternoon cookies or the sugar in your coffee, but also the hidden sugars in white bread, flavored yogurts, and even pasta sauces. When you are over 60, your body does not process a sugar rush as efficiently as it once did. When you consume high amounts of sugar, your blood glucose levels spike, which triggers a massive release of insulin. This process sets off a cascade of inflammatory messengers called cytokines. In simple terms, sugar acts like a bucket of gasoline being poured onto the embers of your psoriasis. Imagine the tiny blood vessels under your skin as delicate pipes. When your sugar is high, those pipes get irritated and leaky, which sends distress signals to your immune system. This often leads to those thick, silvery scales appearing more aggressively on your elbows or knees. Many of my friends have reported that after a weekend of indulging in sweet treats, their skin feels tight and angry by Monday morning. It is not a coincidence. You do not have to give up sweetness forever, but try swapping those processed treats for a handful of fresh blueberries or a sliced apple with a bit of cinnamon. These options provide fiber, which slows down the sugar absorption and helps keep those inflammatory cytokines at bay. Moving on to our next point, we need to talk about something that is a staple in many of our kitchens: red meat and fatty processed meats like sausage or bacon. While we need protein to keep our muscles strong as we age, red meat contains a specific type of polyunsaturated fat called arachidonic acid. Now, this sounds very technical, but all you really need to know is that your body converts this acid into inflammatory compounds that directly trigger psoriasis flares. For a senior, this can be a double-edged sword because these same compounds can also make arthritis pain feel much worse. Think of it this way: if your immune system is already on high alert, eating a large steak is like giving your body a reason to go into a full-scale defensive mode. A study published in a prominent dermatology journal found that patients who reduced their intake of red meat often saw a significant decrease in the severity of their skin lesions within just a few months. Picture a gentleman named Arthur who loved his daily breakfast sausage but struggled with plaques on his shins for years. When he swapped the sausage for poached eggs or a bit of smoked salmon, the constant throbbing in his legs began to subside. It is about choosing fuels that nourish you rather than fuels that irritate you. Try focusing on lean proteins like poultry, beans, or fatty fish like mackerel, which actually contains oils that help cool down inflammation. Now let us discuss a category of food that is often debated but can be a major trigger for many, and that is dairy products. Specifically, the protein found in cow milk called casein has been linked to inflammation in the gut for a large number of people. As we get older, our digestive systems can become a bit more sensitive, and the lining of our gut can become slightly more permeable. When this happens, those milk proteins can slip into the bloodstream, causing the immune system to overreact and manifest that frustration right on your skin. Have you ever noticed that after a big bowl of ice cream or a lot of cheese, your skin feels a bit more puffy or itchy? It might not be the sugar alone, it could be the dairy proteins. For someone with psoriasis, the body is already looking for a fight, and for many, dairy provides that spark. If you suspect this might be you, try experimenting with unsweetened almond milk or oat milk for a couple of weeks. You might be surprised to find that your morning stiffness and your skin redness start to fade together. It is all about giving your gut a rest so your skin can finally heal. If you are finding these tips useful so far, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps spread the word to other seniors who might be suffering in silence and searching for these answers. And if you have not yet, do subscribe. Because we are just getting started on this list, and I want to make sure you have all the tools you need to feel your best. Next on our list is something that might surprise you because we often think of them as healthy vegetables, and those are the nightshades. This group includes tomatoes, white potatoes, eggplants, and peppers. These plants contain a natural compound called solanine. In nature, this compound protects the plant from insects, but in some people, especially those with autoimmune tendencies like psoriasis, it can trigger a digestive response that leads to systemic inflammation. I have seen many seniors who thought they were doing the right thing by eating lots of tomato-based soups, only to find that their joint pain and skin patches were getting worse. It sounds ironic, does it not? The very vegetables we are told to eat might be hurting our knees and our skin. Now, not everyone is sensitive to nightshades, but if you have a flare that just won't quit, it is worth looking at. Imagine your body is like a finely tuned instrument, and for some of us, solanine is just a discordant note that throws the whole song out of tune. Try swapping white potatoes for sweet potatoes, which are actually not nightshades and are packed with skin-healing vitamin A. Instead of tomato-based sauces, you could try a pesto or a garlic and olive oil base. Small tweaks like this can spare your joints a lot of unnecessary grief. Moving on to number 5, we have to address something many of us enjoy as a way to relax, and that is alcohol. While a glass of wine now and then might seem harmless, alcohol is a major trigger for psoriasis inflammation for a few reasons. First, it dehydrates the body, and as we age, our skin already loses moisture naturally. Dehydrated skin is more prone to cracking and itching. Secondly, alcohol can actually damage the lining of your gut, making it easier for inflammatory markers to enter your system. Perhaps most importantly, alcohol can interfere with the very medications you might be taking for your skin or your blood pressure. It is like trying to put out a fire with one hand while tossing small bits of kindling on it with the other. Many people report that their most painful flares happen after a period of increased alcohol consumption. If you find yourself reaching for a drink to dull the pain, it might actually be making the underlying cause of that pain worse. Try replacing that evening glass of wine with a sparkling water and a squeeze of fresh lime or a soothing cup of ginger tea. Ginger is a natural anti-inflammatory that can help settle your stomach and your skin at the same time. Now, let us talk about a habit that has become very common in our modern world, the heavy consumption of gluten and refined grains. For many people with psoriasis, there is a hidden sensitivity to gluten, which is the protein found in wheat, barley, and rye. Even if you do not have celiac disease, gluten can cause a low level of inflammation in the gut that keeps your immune system in a state of constant agitation. For a senior, this systemic inflammation can lead to fatigue and a general feeling of being unwell. Think of your gut as the gatekeeper for your health. When you eat a lot of refined white bread or crackers, you are giving the gatekeeper a very hard time. This often results in what we call the gut-skin axis being disrupted. I remember a woman named Margaret who struggled with patches on her scalp for decades. After cutting back on bread and opting for quinoa or brown rice instead, she noticed that the scaling on her scalp significantly diminished. It took a bit of discipline, but she felt like she had regained her freedom. You don't have to overhaul everything overnight, but try noticing how you feel after a heavy pasta meal versus a meal centered around vegetables and lean protein. Finally, we should look at the oils we use for cooking. Many of us grew up using vegetable oils like soybean, corn, or cottonseed oil. These are very high in omega-6 fatty acids. While we need some omega-6, our modern diets usually have way too much of it compared to omega-3 fatty acids. This imbalance acts as a direct signal to your body to produce more inflammation. For someone over 60, this imbalance can lead to increased stiffness in the morning and more persistent skin redness. Imagine those oils as a slow-acting irritant that stays in your system. Instead, try moving toward extra virgin olive oil or avocado oil. Olive oil is rich in oleocanthal, a compound that works similarly to some over-the-counter anti-inflammatory medications. It is like a natural balm for your insides. Switching your cooking oil is one of the easiest changes you can make, yet it can have a profound impact on how your skin feels and how easily you move. It might feel a bit unsettling to learn that so many common foods could be contributing to your discomfort. You might be thinking, what is left for me to eat? But remember, knowledge is power. Now that you know these triggers exist, you are no longer a victim of random flares. You are a person with a plan. You do not need to be perfect. Even cutting down that daily glass of orange juice or swapping your white bread for a grain-free alternative can spare your body a lot of stress. You might start to notice less stiffness in the mornings and more energy on your walks once you begin to quiet the inflammation from within. Imagine walking up your porch steps easily again, or being able to wear a short-sleeved shirt without feeling self-conscious. That is the power of these small, consistent choices. Your body is incredibly resilient, and it is always trying to heal itself. All we have to do is stop giving it the things that get in its way. So, to recap our journey today, we want to be very mindful of the sneaky sugars that spike our insulin and the red meats that fuel inflammatory acids. We want to keep an eye on dairy and nightshades to see if they are the hidden triggers for our specific bodies. We should be cautious with alcohol, which dehydrates and irritates, and we should consider reducing gluten and processed oils to give our gut and our skin a chance to breathe. It is all about giving your body the right fuel and avoiding the things that sap your strength and irritate your skin. Remember, your health is a precious gift, and you have more control over it than you might think. Growing older might be inevitable, but living in constant pain and discomfort does not have to be. With the right habits, you can stay strong, your skin can become clearer, and you can maintain the independence you have worked so hard for. I know getting older can be hard. The aches, the sudden changes in our skin, and the fear of losing our mobility can be truly discouraging. But you are not alone in this. Every small step you take, every better food you choose, is a victory for your future. One meal at a time, you are taking charge of your life. Now, I would love to hear from you. Which of these eating habits surprised you the most? Have you noticed a connection between a certain food and your own skin flares? Share your story or any questions in the comments below. I read every single one, and we all learned so much from each other's experiences. If this video helped you or opened your eyes even a little bit, please hit that like button. It really helps other seniors find this information. And please subscribe and turn on those notifications so you never miss out on these science-backed insights. Your health and your independence are worth fighting for, and I am here to help you every step of the way. If you are still with me and you are determined to make a change for your health today, type a 1 in the comments to show your commitment. If you have some doubts or questions, type a 0. I appreciate all of your feedback and I want to hear what is on your mind. Keep taking those small steps for your health. They truly do add up to giant strides in your freedom. Stay strong, stay healthy, and remember that your body has an amazing capacity to heal when you give it the care it deserves. I will see you in the next video.